Imagine checking your old change and discovering a coin that could make you richer. In today's video, we're diving into the top 3 ultra-rare and most valuable UK Elizabeth II coins from 1971. Among these treasures are the elusive 19715p new pence, the mysterious 1971p new pence, and the hard-to-find 1971 1p new pence. Each one carries unique features and rare errors that send collectors into a frenzy. The humble 1p from 1971, the very first year of decimalisation, hides some of the most extraordinary minting errors in British history. And these mistakes have turned an ordinary coin into a treasure worth more than luxury cars, dream holidays, or even a house. In this video, we're diving deep into the history, errors, and jaw-dropping values of the rare 1971 1 new pence coin. Stay with me until the end because the final error type we'll uncover is so rare, so legendary, that experts believe it could one day fetch a 7-figure price tag at auction. The birth of the decimal penny. Before 1971, Britain's money system was famously complicated. There were 12 pennies in a shilling and 20 shillings in a pound, which meant 240 pennies in 1 pound. In 1971, the Royal Mint struck 1.5 billion of these coins to flood the market with new decimal money. With production at such massive scale, errors were inevitable, and those rare mistakes are the reason some of these coins are now worth a fortune. The rare errors of the 1971 1p coin. Wrong planchet errors. These are incredibly rare. Value: £5,000 to £25,000. Off-center strikes. Value: £1,000 to £10,000. Double strikes. These are easy to spot and highly collectible. Value: £2,000 to £15,000. Mule errors. The rarest of all. These are the holy grail of coin errors. Because they're so rare, experts estimate they could fetch £100,000 to £1 million or more. Clipped plankets. These clipped coins are instantly recognizable. Value: £500 to £5,000. Die breaks and cuds. These odd-looking coins are fascinating to collectors. Value: hundreds to thousands of pounds, depending on severity. Why are these errors so valuable? Why would anyone pay thousands for a coin that was technically a mistake? The answer comes down to 3 things. Rarity. With billions of normal 1p coins out there, an error is a true 1 in a million survivor. Historical importance. 1971 was the first year of decimalisation. That makes any error from that year especially meaningful. Collector demand. Coin collectors prize uniqueness, and an error coin is often the only one of its kind. That's why a simple penny, usually ignored, can become a life-changing fortune. Famous auction sales. Over the years, rare 1971 1p errors have sunned at auctions. A wrong planchet error sold for nearly £10,000. A spectacular double strike penny fetched £12,000. Experts believe if a true mule 1971 1p ever surfaced, it could command £500,000 to £1 million or more. How to spot a rare 1971 1p error? Weigh it. A normal 1p weighs 3.56 grams. Anything significantly different might mean a wrong planchet. Check the design. Look for off-center strikes, doubling, or missing parts. Look at the edges. Clipped blanks leave obvious curved bites. Search for extra metal. Raised blobs or cracks suggest die breaks. Get certification. If you suspect you've got an error, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. What if the smallest coin in your old change jar, a simple 1971 to new pence coin, could actually be worth a fortune? The humble 2p coin from 1971, Britain's very first year of decimal coinage, hides secrets that could change your life if you're lucky enough to find one. In this video, we're uncovering the history, mystery, and staggering values of the rare 1971 error to new pence, from the story of decimalisation to the jaw-dropping mistakes that slipped through the Royal Mint's presses. The story begins in 1971, the year Britain said goodbye to the old, complicated system of pounds, shillings, and pence. Before 1971, there were 240 pennies in a pound. Confusing, absolutely. But in February 1971, known as Decimal Day, everything changed. The rare errors of the 1971 2p. Most 1971 2p coins are extremely common. You could have jars of them and they'd still only be worth face value. Wrong planchet errors. These are incredibly rare. Value: £5,000 to £25,000. Off-center strikes. Collectors love dramatic MIS strikes. Value: £1,000 to £10,000. Double strikes. The result: letters, numbers, or even the Queen's portrait looking doubled or shadowed. Value: £2,000 to £15,000. Mule errors. The holy grail. These are almost always unique. Value: £100,000 to £1 million plus. Clipped plankets. These clipped coins are instantly recognizable. Value: £500 to £5,000, die breaks and cuds, some look almost alien, making them highly collectible. Value: hundreds to thousands of pounds. Why are error to P coins so valuable? Scarcity: billions of normal to P coins exist. But error coins are rare survivors that slipped through quality control. Historical significance: 1971 was the first year of decimal coinage. That alone makes any error from this year historically important. Collector demand: coin collectors worldwide compete for rare errors, driving auction prices through the roof. That's why what looks like a small mistake to most people can translate into life-changing value for collectors. Famous auction sales. Let's talk numbers, because this is where things get exciting. A wrong planchette 1971 to P once sold for over £10,000 at auction. A spectacular double strike to P fetched £12,500. Experts estimate that if a true mule error 19,712 pence ever came to market, it could fetch £500,000 to £1 million plus. Think about that. A P coin you might dismiss as pocket change could be worth more than a luxury home in London. How to spot a valuable 1971 to P? Here's what to look for if you're checking your coins at home. Weight: a normal to P weighs 7.12 grams. Any major difference could mean a wrong planchette. Design placement: off-center designs are the easiest to spot. Doubling: look closely at the queen's portrait, lettering, or numbers for doubling. Edges: look for clipped blanks or irregular edges. Extra metal: raised blobs or lines indicate die breaks. Professional grading: always have suspected errors checked by PCGS, NGC, or the Royal Mint Museum. A simple 5 new pence coin from 1971, a coin that most people dismiss as small change. What if I told you that one of the most ordinary-looking coins in British history could secretly be worth a fortune? We're diving deep into the extraordinary story of the 1971 error 5p coin. We'll explore the history of decimalisation. On February 15, 1971, Britain underwent one of the most dramatic monetary changes in its history: decimalisation. For centuries, the British currency had worked on an old, complicated system of pounds, shillings, and pence. 1 pound was equal to 20 shillings, and 1 shilling was equal to 12 pence, meaning there were 240 pennies in a pound. Interestingly, the new 5p coin had the exact same size and value as the old shilling, meaning both coins circulated side by side for years. But the rush to mint billions of coins opened the door for rare minting errors, and that's where the real treasure lies. The 1971 5p error coins, wrong planchette errors. These errors are extremely rare. Value: £5,000 to £25,000. Off-center strikes: these coins show blank crescents of metal where the design didn't land. Value: £1,000 to £10,000. Double strikes: very eye-catching and highly collectible. Value: £2,000 to £15,000. Mule errors: so rare, many are thought to be unique. Value: £100,000 to £500,000, or even £1 million plus. Clipped planchets: value: £500 to £5,000. Die breaks and cuds: value: hundreds to thousands depending on severity. Famous auction sales: a 1971 off-center strike sold for £7,500. A wrong planchette 5p, struck on a blank meant for another coin, fetched £12,000. Experts estimate that if a true mule error 1971 5p were authenticated and sold, it could bring £500,000 to £1 million or more. Think about that. A coin you might ignore in your pocket change could be worth more than a house. How to spot a valuable 1971 5p? So, how do you know if you've got one of these rare treasures? Here's what to check. Weight: a normal 5p weighs 5.65 grams. Anything heavier or lighter could be a wrong planchette. Design placement: look for off-center designs with blank crescent areas. Doubling: letters, numbers, or features that look shadowed may be a double strike. Edges: look for clipped or misaligned edges. Extra metal: raised blobs or cracks could indicate a die break. Certification: always have a suspected error coin graded by PCGS, NGC, or the Royal Mint Museum.